हरे कृष्ण जी। बोलिए स्टार्ट जी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देस्तरणे। So till now we discussed this Chaya Namabhas and Pratibimb Namabhas, and how Pratibimb Namabhas may reflect in the heart of a Mayavadi, and then he may means according to his offenses, he may land in different places, maybe in hell also or somewhere according to his offenses. So one should try to avoid this Pratibimba Namabhas, because this is a distorted kind of Namabhas, not real Namabhas. Faith is not pure in this, so one should try to avoid this kind of Namabhas, and we can avoid this by association of devotees and regular hearing, chanting, all these things. So now we are going to discuss how Mayavad, what is Mayavad and all these things. So the Mayavad do not attain real eternal happiness. So what is the reason? Because in case of Mayavad, one may get at most impersonal Brahma Jyoti or impersonal liberation. So the purpose of bhakti or chanting the holy name of the Lord is not this merging in Brahma Jyoti. The purpose is to attain the prema bhakti or service to Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why it is written, one does not get eternal happiness. This is not the identity of a soul. Bewildered by Maya, ordinary people think they will find happiness in Maya. When he attains Sayujya Mukti or impersonal liberation, the soul attains only Sukh Abhas. So there is a dim light of happiness, not the actual happiness. It's a Sukh Abhas. The highest pleasure in the service to eternal, blissful, and all-knowing Supreme Personality of Godhead. The highest pleasure is service to the eternal. So what is the highest pleasure? Service to the eternal, blissful, and all-knowing Supreme Personality of Godhead, not merging in the Brahma Jyoti. However, when the soul attains Sayujya Mukti, his memory of the Lord is erased. How can a person who does not have faith that devotional service and pure love for Lord Krishna are eternal, sorry, how can a person who does not have faith that devotional service and pure love for Lord Krishna are eternal attain eternal happiness? So one should have faith that devotional service is an eternal thing, and it is not a temporary thing. As Mayavadi used to think that all these things are temporary, they are not eternal, and that's why their theory is Mayavad theory. They think all these Krishna prema and other things are
और कपड़े धुलने वाले अंदर पर काम कोई भी पहना होगा, बिल्कुल बदबू हो जाती है, सारे
Maya.
कपड़े बाहर होने चाहिए, जो फैले पड़े थे उनमें से कोई अलमारी में ना जाए।
Hare Krishna. Okay. A person whose chanting is Chaya Namabhas does not accept a faulty philosophy. So, person who is on the level of Chaya Namabhas, he does not accept a faulty philosophy. It means a person who is accepting a faulty philosophy like Mayavad or impure faith kind of things, that person is not on the level of Chaya Namabhas. We can understand otherwise also. He gradually attains pure chanting Shuddha Nama. So, who attains pure chanting Shuddhana? A person who is on the level of Chaya Namabhas. A person whose chanting is Chaya Namabhas does not
Hare
accept.
Krishna. So in this case, the Mayavad philosophy is basically that Pratibimb, right? Pratibimb
Yeah.
Namavas.
The person who is chanting Pratibhima Mayavas, he may land in Mayavad philosophy. He may, or
Okay.
or a Maya, you can say a Mayavadi who is chanting His chanting is Pratibhyamnavas, means that is a distorted kind of chanting, distorted kind of faith, distorted kind of chanting, distorted kind of results. Everything is distorted.
While the one who is chanting in Chaya Namavas,
He is having
he does
pure,
not have distorted.
yeah, he is having, his faith is like a obstructed thing is there. Light is coming, means faith is there, but it's a obstruction is there, but it's a pure faith. It's a weak, it is a weak faith, but it's a pure faith. But in due course of time, when the faith will means it will, in due course of time it will strong, faith will strong, and anarthas will washed away. Then he will further move to Shuddha Nam in case of Chayanavas.
Thank you.
By his own power, by his own power, the soul cannot know the truth. So, soul cannot know the truth by its own power. So, what should be there? Only when the holy name gives the gift of knowledge, then the soul understand the truth. So, by the power of holy name, a soul can understand the truth. Soul cannot know the truth by its own. When it is covered by clouds, the sun's light cannot be known. Okay, clear? Only when it destroys the cloud is the sun openly manifest. So sun is like a holy name. So when the heat, or you can say sun manifest in full, then in due course of time, the clouds moves away, or uh, uh, here and there, whatever. So similarly, when the holy name shows its full potency, all the anarthas will washed away, will be washed away by the power given by a genuine spiritual master. So there is a requirement of a genuine spiritual master. A fortunate person whose chanting is Chayanamabhas after a few days easily attains pure love for the holy name, Nama Prem, Nam Prem, Prem Nam. So, what is the means? What is the hook? So, genuine spiritual master or association of pure devotees, association of devotees. So, this is the way to move forward. A devotee must always avoid associating with Mayavadis. So, this one should always remember to means not associate with any Mayavadis, or do not associate with Mayavad philosophy also. Both are dangerous. Means we can after a certain stage uh, we can learn this or we can go through this philosophy to learn what is real thing. But in the beginning years, we should try to avoid all these things, because we are very, in the beginning years we are delicate, our Shraddha is very delicate. So this is very dangerous in the beginning years. Later we can go through this as a purpose to learn what is wrong, means what is wrong with this philosophy and other things, or for a preaching purpose. But in the beginning we should always try to avoid. Also, we should learn by the permission of our authorities. Otherwise, this may we will land up in some, means Mayavad also. A soul who carefully avoids associating with Mayavadis, and who with his service pleases a pure devotee attached to pure chanting Shuddhanam of the holy name, and who follows your commands, O Shri Krishna Chaitanya, is very fortunate. So we have to associate with pure devotees, and we have to serve the pure devotees. And then by the mercy of the pure devotees, one will attain Shuddhanam, pure, pure chanting. And one has to follow the commands of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Haridas Thakur is telling all these things. A soul who does not follow your commands, means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's command, is worthless, rubbish. Even after millions of birth, he will not be delivered. So it may happen that you are chanting, but your chanting is not on the level of Namabhas in Chaya Namabhas. You are chanting, but you are chanting on the level of uh, Nama Prad. So you may chant for millions of births, but nothing will happen. Bahujanam kari yadi naam मतलब we have heard this sloka in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So हमारे millions of births will if you are chanting with Nama Prad, there will not be any progress. O Lord, only by taking shelter of you can the soul avoid bad association. I do not see any way other than taking shelter of your lotus feet. Haridas Thakur is telling. And at the end, Bhakti Vinod, who takes shelter of Haridas feet again and again, sings this Harinam Chintamani. So here we completed this third chapter of Harinam Chintamani. Chapter's name was Namabhas Vichar. So in this chapter we discussed Namabhas only, mostly. So in summary, we started with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur is discussing about the Namabhas. Okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Haridas Thakur to tell about Namabhas and its process, all these things. If one understands Namabhas, he attains pure chanting of the holy name. So this is simple thing. If one understand and realize what is Namabhas, then he will try to move on that level, and in due course of time, he will do pure chanting or he will attain Shuddha Nam, Prema Nam. Then we discussed what is Namabhas. So we discussed three stages were there: Nama Aparad, and then Namabhas, then Shuddhanam. Namabhas is also known as offensive chanting. Namabhas is clearing stage, and Shuddhanam is a offenseless chanting. And Namabhas is in between of the offensive and offenseless chanting. We we discussed that how Namabhas is like a rising sun. Sun is not showing its full potential, but it's rising, and we can like in the morning, na, when the sun rises, there is redness in the sky, and there is sunlight means kind of sun is not visible. Similarly, Namabhas stage also there. Shuddhanam is not visible; it's not there, but effect of Shuddha Nam, or you can say holy name, is there. That is the stage of Namabhas. At Namabhas stage, ignorance and anarthas are there. So ignorance may be there, anarthas may be there, but one consciously try to avoid them. So one is very conscious at the level of Namabhas. If one is not conscious, one is not careful, that then he is one can be considered on the level of Nama Aparadha. So one consciously try to avoid them, having sambandha jnana in the association of devotees under spiritual master with careful attitude. So this is the namabhasa stage. One should be very careful, and we all should try to come on this level, at least namabhasa stage. One should be we should try to understand our philosophy. We should have sambandha gyan in association of devotees. We should try to we should have careful attitude also, and we should very conscious not to do any offense. Then what are the reasons? So we discussed there is ignorance, and three things are there. Tattva, three tattvas were there: holy name tattva, then the tattva of the soul, tattva of the supreme personality of Godhead. And Bhakti Vinod Thakur, in these three tattvas, or knowledge of these tattvas were told by Haridas Thakur, and Bhakti Vinod Thakur in Bhajan Rahasya discussed four tattvas. So he discussed Jeev tattva, then Ishwar tattva, or you can say, kind of, and then the Sambandha tattva and Sadhana tattva and Sadhya tattva. What is the Prayojan, what is the Abhidheya, what is Supreme Personality of Godhead, what is soul? Means all this. Who is Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is soul? So all these four tattvas are there. So no knowledge of these tattvas result in agyanta or ignorance. Now another is anarthas. So we discussed three kinds of anarthas. Material desires were there, weakness of heart is there, and offenses are there. Offenses, we discussed four kind of offenses: seva prad, nama prad, jiva prad, and okay, Vaishnav Path, all these things. So what is the remedy? The remedy is the remedy to wash away all these anarthas and agyanta, ignorance. So sambandha gyan under shelter of a spiritual master or in association of devotees. So we should have our philosophy very clear. Means philosophy is very important. When we understand philosophy, so then our sambandha with Supreme Personality of Godhead will be strong, and then we'll move forward. So philosophy is very important. We should try to learn philosophy. We should try to learn Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all these things. We should try. Result of Navabhas chanting. So here it is told that how strong means what is Navabhas chanting, what it can give to a person who is on the level of Navabhas chanting. So auspicious benefits will be there in case of Navabhas chanting. One will attain piety. It destroys the sins. Purification will be there. Now it will give one fearlessness will be there. No effect of ghosts and evil planets. Past karmic reaction will be washed away. So all these things will be there at the level of Namavas only. So Namavas chanting is very elevated kind of. It's a uh, big thing being on a level of Namavas. It will also deliver a jiva. It can deliver a jiva from this material world. One can attain moksha, impersonal liberation, and also one can attain vaikuntha. Prema bhakti will not be there. One can attain shantrati, sayujya mukti, uh, depending on his attitude and his reciprocation with the holy name and the supreme personality of Godhead. All these things depends. But Namabhas chanting also can give. But to get Shuddha Prema Bhakti, one has to come on the level of Shuddha Nam and then Prema Nam. Types of Namavas, we discussed two kinds of Namavas in broad, Shraddha Namavas and Ashraddha Namavas. So then we discussed Ashraddha Namavas, Sanket, Parihas, Sthova and Helena. And we discussed why uh, Haridas Thakur is discussing Ashraddha Namavas as it is very rare to attain uh, any big result by doing this Ashraddha Namavas. So the reason is Haridas Thakur is establishing that on a level of this Ashraddha Namavas, when a person is not having the faith on the holy name, but if he is not doing offenses, he can attain big results. But if a person is having a faith, but if he does offenses, then he may fall down. So that's why he is discussing, and here he's showing uh, what how offenses are so dangerous, and our coming chapters in our coming upcoming chapters we'll discuss means all these offenses only. So offenses are very dangerous. Then we discuss Shraddha Namavas. Shraddha Namavas broadly it is of two kinds, Chaya Namavas and Pratibhyam Namavas. And in last class we discussed this in detail. So this is kind of this. Chaya Namavas. So Chaya Namavas is a real Namavas, and Pratibhyam Namavas is not real. It's a distorted kind of faith is there, distorted kind of results is there. So it is a it is compared with a kind of it is a offense kind of offense to the holy name, and it may lead to Mayavad. And then we discuss Mayavad and how Mayavad and Bhakti both are opposite, and Mayavad theory is a kind of offense. Association of devotees and rejecting big Mayavad philosophy is a way to move further. So association is very important. And moving from Namabhas to Shraddha Namabhas and then Prem Nam. So this is the process. When one comes in the association of devotees, he understands the Sambandha Jnana, then his faith will become strong, and he will chant, he will try to chant with pure heart, and then Anarthas washed away, and he will move to Shraddha Nam and further Prem Nam and other things. And devotees must avoid Mayavad. Mayavadis and Mayavad philosophy. So this is the mota mota summary of this chapter. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Jai Krishna, Prabhuji Dhanapal. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. I think so. This chapter was little philosophical, but very important for us to understand.
Yeah, very, very. And
Because most of
after
us,
this, we'll discuss the offenses, Prabhuji. So
yeah,
rest of the book is on the offenses and how one should avoid these offenses, all these things.
and because most of us are one of these stages, Nama Prad, Nama Bhas, and Shuddhanam. So primarily, most are stuck at Namaprad or Nambas stage. So understanding these things, that what is the difference, how to overcome this form is very important uh, for us to advance in our spiritual life.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So I just want to open the floor for any questions or comments.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So just one question I have, Prabhuji. So the taking the shelter of spiritual master, it is done at the stage of offense. I mean, is there any possibility for anybody to go to even Chaya Nambas without taking the shelter of spiritual master? I don't think so. That is one question.
Yeah.
So
So
second question, two questions, Prabhuji. The second question was going to Suddhanam versus you said Chayanambas itself gives so many auspicious results, piety, and remove karmic reaction and make fearlessness, and can attain any of the four liberations. But there is a possibility to go to Suddhanam bus. So that is related to the mercy of Krishna or the devotee's desire, Prabhuji. Whether he will be able to go to Suddhanam or he will attain some Vaikuntha planet gradually. So is it only Krishna's mercy, Krishna and spiritual master's mercy, or is it the desire that pull him, to Vaikuntha planet?
So what was the first question? Sorry, Prabhuji.
Question was even for anyone, even is it possible to go to even Chaya
So spiritual
Nambas
master.
without shelter of spiritual master?
Yes. So uh, it may I think, Guruji, it is possible to come on the level of Namabhas. Means spiritual master, you are asking about initiation process or accepting a spiritual master. There are many different varieties of spiritual master. Means Guruji, there is a bhajan guru, there is a shiksha guru, there is a diksha guru. So you are talking about diksha guru or kind of any
Deksha Guru.
diksha guru. So with also, Guruji, it is not necessary that you have to take means this diksha. In my opinion, I'm not telling it is the, but I think one can go to level of namabhas without diksha also. But one has to accept some kind, means shiksha guru should be there, means he should having this knowledge of our philosophy, he should have faith, and he should have mercy of gurus means shiksha guru and other bhajan guru, all these things. So mercy is always required, devotees mercy should be there, but without I do not know, without diksha means uh, he will go to Vaikuntha or not. Uh, there are many examples also, Puji. We do not hear that these devotees took diksha from anybody, but maybe in their past life uh, they were associated with some guru or some parampara. So maybe means one can come on the level of Namabhas without Diksha, but going to Vaikuntha or spiritual planet, I cannot say he will go or not without Diksha. But for going to Shuddha Nam, one should certainly should have this Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, and other things for Shuddha Nam. And the second was Hare Krishna Guruji, second question.
Second question was so what is the deciding factor for one to go to Suddhanam, or
Yeah.
he will be pulled into
So,
the Vaikuntha planet?
So in Bhakti, there are two things, Prabhuji. One is Prayas and another is Kripa. Prayas means one should try, and Kripa is mercy. So one should try means one should have desire. If one has desire to come on the level of Prema Bhakti, then that person means that person will attract the he will having desire of Prema Bhakti, he will try for Prema Bhakti, and by his try all these things, his prayas, he will attract the mercy of the devotees and Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then he will move to Prema Bhakti. Otherwise, he may land in Vaikuntha also. So one should have desire first, and then mercy will come.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
And the first question, Puji, we can ask with some senior devotee. We can ask with some senior devotee, but in my opinion, it was like my opinion was there, so I'm not sure. Maybe Sri Prabhu can guide us.
I don't know anything more than His Grace Padmanabh Swaroop, so whatever he says, that
Prabhuji,
only I will know.
talking Prabhuji. So well, it's like I can discuss with some senior devotees. Nam is very powerful actually, na? So means it can give things, but offenses should not be there. Offenses are very dangerous. If you see na Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in means Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are many discussions about avoiding the offenses. But means that's why means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is it telling again and again to avoid offenses. But these days we are focusing on, of course we are focusing on not to do any offense, but we also focus on how to chant properly, how to sit, how to have this environment. This is also very important. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he focuses mainly on this because this is very important. This is very subtle. So means offenses are very dangerous thing. Maybe that time devotees in time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they used to be very careful about chanting, means no, properly sitting and all these things. Means at least they have the in that culture कि जब हमें पूजा करनी है तो हमें सात्विक एनवायरनमेंट रखना है, साफ सफाई मतलब रखनी है, all these things, cleanliness should be there. But nowadays we have to
You have
we
to
have
be
to teach,
reminded.
yeah, we have to teach all these things. We have to clean ourselves, we have to keep our environment clean and sitting properly, all these things.
And Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dhanot Prabhuji.
To some other devotees, like I have heard that in order to avoid anarthas, we have to do few things. One is to try to place ourselves in mode of goodness. Second thing is regular association of Srimad Bhagavatam. And the other thing is mercy of Vaishnavas. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, towards the end of many chapters in his commentary of Srimad Bhagavatam, he prays to Vaishnavas to please, hold my hand so that I can overcome the tendency of anarthas. Out of his humility, he does that. But he's showing us that how mercy of Vaishnavas are so important for us to overcome this tendency of committing aparadha and anarthas. So if we try when all these things, three things, like try to be in mode of goodness, try to associate with Srimad Bhagavatam as much as possible. And third is to try to please the Vaishnavas, pure Vaishnavas. Okay, so just want to check if anyone else has any question. Let's see.
I think we have done, Prabhuji.
Yeah, there is a probably in 85th verse. It is the statement is there, by his own power the soul cannot know the truth. Only when the holy name gives the gift of knowledge does the soul understand the truth. So, can you elaborate a bit, Prabhuji, on this?
Yes, Prabhuji, means by his own power means sometimes we see, we used to say, na Prabhuji, like a medical doctor cannot become, a person by reading medical books cannot become a doctor. Similarly, by just not means soul's own power means he cannot say that we used to say, na, we cannot say that if I do this much chanting I'll attain something big result. So it's depending, I means holy name is it's something living is there. So when holy name wants to give, means holy name wants to give us mercy, or wants to give us knowledge or anything, so it depends on
Revelation.
holy name only. So we cannot forcefully uh, ask something with holy name or supreme personality of Godhead. All these are things, means they are, means personalities are there. So when they do mercy, seeing our attitude, seeing our all these things, so then we cannot say by it will happen by our own power.
So there's two things, like in humility, we have to endeavor, but be always dependent on mercy of Vaishnavas and Krishna. But it does not mean that one does not need to endeavor and just keep sitting and expecting mercy, because there is sometimes a wrong mindset that no, it's not by the knowledge we will understand, and it is only when it is revealed. And sometimes by mistake, devotees develop that kind of distorted philosophy, and they think that no, studying and reading, hearing is not so important, of books and all. But
Revelation also will be there, Puji, but revelation will also not come by its own. It's a mercy, and mercy will, we attract mercy only by our means prayas. We have to do sincerity. We have to have sincerity, and we should try.
I think so. We have concluded an important discussion with the third chapter. So thank you very much. Prabhuji, there is some question. Mataji is asking, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, how much prayas is in it?
His Grace Amogla who used to say that when we are relying on the prayas, so we should rely in such a way that only by prayas we get the result. We'll get the result only by our prayas. We'll get the result. So we should try in this mood. But later, after doing our prayas, we should pray to Supreme Personality or Godhead in such a way that only by prayers things will happen. So we have to do both things 100%.
Bol Prabhu, such a nice answer. Because Atyahara Prayasascha Prajalpo Niyamagraha. I was thinking always that we always get that feeling, no, how much should we endeavor? Because too much of endeavor is also not good. we should rely on Krishna, but at the same time, we cannot leave everything to him and say, okay, I will do inaction. So this question is always there in my mind that, where do we draw the line? So this answer is a very nice answer, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
So thanks all of you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. His Grace Padmanabh Swaroop Prabhuji ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.